Wait a minute.
We've been doing school choice for a long time.
You
was doing school choice for a long time.
You was doing all this at 14,
What's your auntie
15?
address?
Yeah, we wasn't letting those zip codes.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Tony Henry with Real Man Be Talking Podcast, and it's gonna be a little different of how we rock this out. So I have to my right.
This is your boy BJ in the building.
Who next?
To my right.
This is Ty.
Okay.
To my front.
This is James. And we got a couple special guests tonight. To my left,
Sean Green.
Woo woo.
And the production specialist guy.
the guy.
The nerd. Dane Dunbar. What's up, y'all?
The guy behind the camera, the guy behind the sound, the guy behind production is here in the building.
This guy right here.
Building. Hey, but it ain't about me. It ain't about me.
Both of these guys are like behind the scenes for us, right?
Pretty much.
It's just
the
heart behind what we do, the opportunity. So really appreciate y'all. Man.
So today we have some special guests, man. We have my boy Shaun and Dayne Dunbar, who are literally the owners of Old Snap Studios, where we actually come and re-record every single Monday. And we have Dayne Dunbar right here in front of me, who does, like I said, all the production, camera, lighting, everything. And then we have Shaun, who is the one who owns the actual spot. So my boy Shaun has a book out, and this is they was like, hey, let's bring him on. Let's do our first interview. And we're literally going to make segue into introducing Shaun, allowing Shaun to introduce himself. So, Shaun, let us know. Tell the people about you. Tell us about you. And then we'll get right into it.
So, man, my name is Shaun Green, a.k.a. Directed by Sean. Photographer, videographer, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, Cavaliers, Browns. Come on now.
That's crazy.
This is for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I moved down here in 2013, man, and my journey started when I got down here in the photography industry. And yeah, man, I just wanted to come kick it with the fellas and kind of talk about my book that I just put out. So yeah.
So what was the inspiration behind the book? Like, what made you want to write the book?
It really wasn't anything on the market that was teaching photographers how to stay booked. It's always just teaching them like settings and poses. But it's like once you get that down pack, it's like, okay, how we start making money.
Right.
So throughout the years, these things that I put in this book, I've tested and tried it. And yeah, I put it all together.
That's awesome. So you had like a passion for photography before you got to Orlando, or was that?
So I wouldn't necessarily say I had a passion for it. So when I was younger, my mom bought me a video recorder, and I just kind of like played around with it a little bit. And it didn't really kick in until I got a security job. And I don't know if anybody else here had a security job before, especially third shift. It's boring.
Right.
I mean, it's nothing to do.
Is that what, that graveyard shift?
That's that graveyard shift, man.
Yeah.
It's really boring, so.
Hey, low key, when you was working the security, was that when I had day one?
That's when you had day one.
That's when I had day.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I know you forever, bro.
Yeah, bro. I had day one.
What's day one now? Y'all got to bring us in now.
I mean, you don't want to get too deep into that, but pretty much I had a fitness company. But Shaun was actually like the person I relied on for a lot of the film, photography.
Oh, this who was doing all of that work?
Yeah.
It's coming full circle
yeah.
now.
I'm talking about cold with it too, and I'm like, God.
That's when I was just starting out too. I wasn't really like polished.
So how many years back was that?
Day one was what,
17?
No, that couldn't
It's
have
been that
been
long.
16.
17, we had Layla, so yeah, that was 17 because I had just had Layla.
Yeah.
That's when I was in the apartments over there by the airport.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been that long, bro.
Yeah. That was like 2017.
Yeah,
Okay, so 2017, you're just getting into photography, learning. You said your mother had got you a camcorder.
Yeah.
All right, so what was some of your first shoots that you did that literally really sparked the interest of you going forth and making this a a full reality for you in the photography business?
So when my mom got me the camcorder, see, I wasn't really looking at it as like a high, like a career. You know what I'm saying? I was just messing around with it. But like when I moved here, I remember it was me and my wife's anniversary. She bought me a camera and some lighting equipment because I was working a security job and I was watching some videos. And I'm like, yo, babe, I want to try this.
Right.
So she like, I'm thinking it just went over her head. She never brought it back up, but then she just surprised me.
There we go.
Shout out to the wife.
There we go.
Shout out to my wife, man.
Bringing that fruit to life.
Come on now. So she heard me and she bought me the equipment and that kind of sparked it. I started
Say that
taking pictures
again.
of her.
She did what?
She heard me, man.
My
God. Yeah, that's
Come
important.
on now. That's very important, man. Yeah, man. So that's what started. I started taking pictures of my daughters, my wife, some of my guys from work. And yeah, that's basically, that was the beginning, right in my living room in my garage. Yeah.
I love it. So what does your wife do? If you don't mind me asking.
Currently?
Yeah, currently, or even at that time when she bought the things for you, like, because I know you said y'all was fresh from here, from Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? So, walk us through that moment to where she literally bought that for you. What was she doing at the time to make that investment into your vision?
Holding her king down. No, I'm just playing.
They don't want to have that conversation.
Wait. What does that look like? 'Cause we
Holding
talked
her
about
down.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
I thought it was cool, man, because a lot of what you were sharing, and like even though like our podcast is Real Men Be Talking, so much of what comes out of us stems from our wives. Like, and that just sprang up so much. And it's that coming together, like you said, y'all been together since y'all were 14, you said? 14, that's like 15 years of just learning each other, ups and downs and things like that. I just feel like everything we talk about has like a root in that.
Hold on. You think you could still be 14 and have a long relationship nowadays, especially like with access to like social media and
I mean, it's possible,
It's
but
possible.
at 14. I mean, I know us. We're a little bit more mature. We got a little bit more control.
I would say it's like most people in that age group. It's very rare. Like he's a part of the rare group that are rare
Sweethearts.
Yeah,
High school
I mean,
sweethearts.
you know
High school
my
sweetheart.
my sister's with her high school sweetheart, and they've been.
No, they middle school sweethearts. They
didn't
high school.
they didn't
Okay.
connect. They didn't really connect until high school. You know, they saw each other in middle school,
Well,
but
y'all
they didn't
been
connect.
in high school.
14, what, ninth grade?
Yeah,
Yeah, we've been together since high school.
Yeah,
14 in high school.
Yes, sir.
So
yeah. I was 14 in high school.
continuously, no, all right,
Oh, no breaks.
no breaks.
No breaks.
Not
Yeah.
one break.
Full throttle.
That's a rare thing,
But y'all say y'all
but it's
stayed
not
in two different
impossible. I don't think it's
Wait, well,
impossible.
so-
When I say city, I did say that. So I lived in Cleveland. She lived in Maple Heights. It's just like a suburb of Cleveland. So we still close.
Yeah.
And like I went to Maple Heights. I didn't live in Maple Heights, so I had to use somebody's address to go there. So if I didn't even do that, we would
That's
have
what
never
niggas
met.
He made his own school choice.
Hey, man.
Wait a minute.
Right. Hey,
Wait a
choice,
minute.
right?
Wait a
We've
minute.
been
wait
doing
a
school
minute.
choice for
That
a
was-
long
that was
time in the
14.
hood.
Doing school choice for a long
You was doing all this at 14,
What's your auntie
15?
address?
Yeah, we wasn't letting those zip
Put your
codes
auntie
on.
address. You be over there every
No,
weekend.
no.
Yeah, what you say?
We've been in school choice for a long time. We just do it. We had our own way of doing
Doing all
it.
this
Using
at
other people's
14,
address.
15?
14, bro.
You better get on that bus.
Yeah, man.
Dog.
Yeah, man. Since 14, bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we wasn't letting those zip codes.
What you was about
on
to say
the
though,
back.
Dane? You was about to say something.
No, because you were saying your cousin is in the same situation.
My
Can it still
sister.
happen?
Oh, your
Can it still
sister.
happen?
Yeah, my sister.
What age group?
Brandon and my sister Pam. You know
Brandon Solid, the one we're
Brandon
gonna
Solid.
interview.
They've been together since I
Oh.
was in high school. They was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Senior
oh.
Yeah, they
year
high school sweetheart.
Hey, man.
or 11th grade?
I think it was 11th grade.
11th.
Yeah, it was right. It was basically as soon as I had graduated,
You know
they
something
they
crazy?
finally got together. But they had been kind of seeing each other and saying he told me when they was in the 7th grade, "Hey, I'm gonna marry your sister,"
Yeah.
and then he married my sister.
That's in the book.
Come on now.
Yeah,
When he was in the what grade?
7th grade.
Oh.
So okay, so
he was for
going
real.
back to
Be
Dane
solid,
question.
but-
be solid, man.
So-
but see,
Dane's,
You go. Well, hold on.
but it's
hold
not.
on.
Listen, I just left a middle school, seeing my daughter, do her thing, and there was a whole bunch of kids in there. No kid ratchet.
When you know, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
These ain't the kids
no.
that we was.
No,
I mean, but no,
Somebody
that ain't
like-
every
I like
middle
that
school.
one.
Hold on
It's
now.
rare.
These kids are literally they
Not
rough.
all, not all schools is ratchet. Not all
No,
of them.
I
It's a
didn't
lot
say
of
that.
them.
I
though.
said, the
But you know what,
kid,
though?
You
I'm
said that they
saying
wasn't like that when you was your age.
Listen.
I was at the school where they was like that. We
Yeah,
just didn't have
you-
social media.
that is. But these kids got social media now.
I went to Carver Middle
Like
School.
they
it was ratchet.
getting their feelings faster.
Quick.
They getting their feelings faster. It took us some time.
And everything for sure.
Like everything is on social media now. So
yeah,
like,
yeah. I
one-
think it's just accelerated. It's definitely
like back
accelerated
then.
for sure.
If you find out somebody liked you find out later.
Yeah.
Now you can
Like,
find out
you know.
now.
Yeah.
And if they don't like you,
Yeah,
you can
microwave.
find out now.
Microwave, baby.
It's like, whoa.
So
What
it's
is
not
it?
even microwave. It's
Like,
air,
my
air
daughter
fryer.
be like,
we in air fryer
I like this
generation.
boy this day. And as they know, the boy don't piss me off at the same day.
over.
It's over.
On
It's,
to
you
the
know what I'm
next.
saying? There's no, I don't know that I can't see it.
The relationship cycles is faster. Yeah.
I can't
But
see
like I
it.
said, it either way, it's rare anyways
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
at a younger
I ain't
age.
never
So
seen that.
I don't think it's impossible. It's just rare.
I mean, to me, it take a certain type of discipline, especially when you get to your older ages and you see the transition from people being kind of cowardish with, oh, I like you, oh, sign this note, get mark yes or no, to, hey, I like you, can we go on a date? What's up?
Nah,
Like,
man.
now you like,
That's
yo, I'm in a relationship.
that's scary, bro.
I think it's a connection thing that happens. If depending on how these people grow up, like if they're into connection where they can connect with each other, then they'll stay in a relationship for a long time. But if they're like super separated, like social media makes you, then you rarely gonna connect.
I'm
'Cause you-
curious.
You always gonna be moving on to the next.
Did y'all
thing.
see? How were y'all parents? Like, did y'all see? I know you said your dad was there, so were y'all parents a good example of together,
What's the story?
married,
What's the
things like that? And her parents,
Hey,
like, what?
Sean looking like, bro.
What did y'all see? What did y'all see growing
Was
up?
the
I wanna
father
see
in
what-
the home?
What
That's
was the
a good
formula that
question.
created this?
Dog, I know they all about to watch this, so
Be careful.
keep my
Man,
No,
this
be
real
careful.
man be
Yeah,
talking,
all right.
man.
Real
Hey.
talk.
Well, I'm gonna keep it
Help
real
the
though.
people. Help the people. Help.
All right, so she was introduced to my family first, and my grandma, she just think every girl is just fast.
She was introduced by someone else.
no, I introduced
You
her.
introduced her.
Yeah. I
Hold
introduced
on,
her to
dog.
my
She
mom.
met your family before you
Grandma
met
be
her.
knowing now. Grandma be knowing. Grandma say, "Oh, that's the fast one." Right
Grandma's paranoid.
Bro, see this.
girl fast.
All
See,
right.
this the thing
Grandma's-
too. When she met her, my wife was a varsity cheerleader. She had her cheerleading outfit on. Made it worse.
Wait, and
Right.
you was the football player, right?
Come
Yeah.
on.
Okay, that's where it started.
There we go.
We forgot to say that.
There
We
we go.
forgot to say that. This was the classic football player
Right.
and cheerleader
That's the story.
situation.
So
Y'all probably both was on the homecoming court.
yeah,
and all of this.
Pam
So
was
that-
in.
So hold on.
Dancer.
You
That was
you was at the cheerleading outfit. Go ahead.
Man, so I
Y'all
think
went
we was
prom
both-
king queen was.
Nah,
I was about to say
nah.
that would have been even worse.
It wasn't. It wasn't like it was a bad introduction. Like my mom, at first when she met her, everything was cool, no issues. My grandma, no issues, other than a little fast tail outfit. I'm like, grandma, that's a cheerleading outfit. Grandma.
Right.
You can't. She's just cheering. But that's my grandmother. She did that to everybody.
Yeah.
And I met her family. First of all, our families are complete opposite. My families are more turned up, wild. We from the project, so it's
There we
like
go.
really, really, really different. Her family, and I have a huge family. I went to her family. Her family is really small, tight knit. Church going people, which I loved. Yeah, it wasn't the same, man. It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
So it was a little different because she's the oldest out of her grandmother's grandkids. So she's the first to really date. So now I'm I'm getting all types of faces.
Right.
Eyes.
All the pressure on you.
Set the standard.
It wasn't bad. Her grandmother's sweetheart. Her dad, I love him to death. Her dad though, man, he tough.
Right.
He tough, man. He tough.
He pulled out the firearm on you.
Man, you might as well say that his arms was the firearm. Man. Ain't gonna lie, bro. Ain't gonna lie.
That's
Love you, Scott.
intimidating.
Yeah, nah, man, it was cool, but right now today, man, that her family's my family, mine's hers. So
Go ahead.
What was her relationship with her parents though? Like good with
man.
her dad, good with her mom.
oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah. I mean, it's closer now. Not saying that it wasn't bad then, but yeah, they always been pretty good, pretty close.
How you knew she was the one?
Bro, I knew she was the one in 10th grade. Like for real. When I met her in 9th grade, and I was getting this girl. I don't even know who she is, man. We walked in. She just act like me and my brother was her cousin. She was lying to everybody. So she walked around the school and introduced us to really everybody. When the lunchroom, I seen her, and I went back to the table after I seen her. She introduced me to her. I was like, "Yo, she's gonna be my girl."
Yeah.
And she was dating somebody at the time. I did not care.
There you go.
I did not care.
That's
Was he on the football team?
Nah. 'Cause it would have been problems, man. I would have.
Look, you gonna make sure you run him over.
Yo, I would have ran him over so
Right.
hard, bro.
Hey, yo.
Paul,
Like, man,
Y'all go with that pause.
Pause, man.
no,
Go ahead, run them over, Doc.
Nah, I'm good.
But I like that question, BJ, because I remember you made the comment that how did you say it? Like she treated you like a king.
Yeah,
So it was like she must have had that model
Example.
or
Yeah.
that example from somewhere.
definitely. So her mom and dad is that example.
Yeah.
Like to this day. That's how their household is built. So yeah, naturally she just turned out the same way. And for me, that was really dope. Not saying I did not have that in the household. It was a little different though when I was around her family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how I feel about her family, she feel the same about mine. So when
Yeah.
she came to my household, whole different dynamic. She loves it.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good balance though. But yeah,
That's awesome.
she definitely treated me
Polar
like a king,
opposites
man.
find each other attractive.
Yeah, there you
Go
go.
figure.
The yin and yang, man.
One more thing, real quick. So I had this thing where you said she was a cheerleader, right?
Yeah.
And throughout your story of talking about your book, it was like your wife was always there. She's cheering you on.
100%.
And I always feel like our wives are like our cheerleaders. Like they cheer for us, they pump us up, all those things. And it's like it's on us to go out and perform and be that example for them. Show up and show out.
Absolutely.
So I want to touch on that because you was like she was a cheerleader, and that just kind of brought me back to that.
Yeah.
Well, I know in a past episode, James, you just said some stuff. So do you think do you think the men could be cheerleaders for their wives as well? Please,
Yeah,
I
of
want to
course.
hear your take. Please.
Of course,
You have to be.
You got to. Like I'm all the way there.
Hey,
Yes.
James was on one of that episodes.
Hey.
Boy, he was not playing that
But
episode.
because listen, I
am
need to
not
be cheered
cleaning
on because
up
I know.
today,
I'm
okay?
not cleaning up today.
Hey,
Maybe
my
some
chair,
other
my
time.
chair is
You got
clean,
going
right?
on?
You better
I
do them
got the
dishes.
clothes off my chair now.
I am not cleaning up.
Maybe
I don't care
tomorrow.
What you got
50-50.
going on? I don't care
Maybe
what you
tomorrow
thinking about.
afternoon. But right now, I'm going to sleep.
I had-
Look,
I
I'm
had
laying
a
in
seat.
bed and I'm gonna
Bed.
watch TV today.
I'm going to
Look,
sleep.
man.
I had
You
to-
better not ask me for nothing either.
So speaking of that,
Make me a
did
peanut butter and jelly
when
sandwich.
did y'all, since y'all known it, y'all grew up together, basically. When did y'all when y'all transitioned to being real serious adults about being together long term and all this? How did y'all have that roles conversation, or even if y'all didn't have the conversation, just how did y'all talk about this is what I expect out of my wife and vice versa? How did she talk to you about this is what I expect out of my husband and the father of my children, all this stuff? And again, I know y'all grew up together, so it's probably kind
I
of just
imagine that changed
learning by
when
trial
we
by
moved.
fire. But did y'all ever have that moment of, all right, it's time to grow up. This is really what I'm expecting. What are you expecting, and what did that look like?
All right. So I think we had that conversation when we moved into our first apartment together. Because it's like, okay, now I get to see how you live. You get to see how I live. And we didn't get a chance to see that before. So
Right.
at first,
Wait,
it was like,
were y'all paying bills before then too, or was that the first time y'all had to share a budget?
all right, so when we first moved here, we were staying with our parents.
Yeah.
We would stay with her parents, so we didn't. I mean, we helped out with rent. That was probably it.
Mhm.
So we didn't really have a lot of responsibilities.
I wonder how the
So-
dad took that.
Huh?
I said, I wonder how the dad
Yeah,
took
how
that.
did that? Was y'all married when y'all stayed, or
So we moved here 2013. We got married a year later, 2014.
so you had a
Real
vision?
quick.
I had a vision.
Yeah, we
I
ain't gonna be
proposed to her
here
in
long.
11th grade.
I'm
What?
sorry, what?
Yeah, like ring and all.
Dang.
How was that? How was the proposal? Like,
Hold on, wait a minute.
Come on now.
11th grade. He
Come
was
on,
serious.
what?
He was
yeah.
dead serious. He
Serious.
wasn't
I was dead
serious.
serious,
He
bro.
was dead
Serious.
serious.
I'm
Yo,
not
let
playing.
me tell
Till
you,
death
put a
do us
ring
part,
on it.
baby.
I had
Early.
to. And them boys was hyenas in high school. Right?
Oh, that was the motivation right there.
I was like, no,
Now
you
she
not
got
going
me.
nowhere.
11th grade.
It's so crazy. Bro, it's crazy because she didn't even take it serious.
Mm.
She didn't take it serious, and I didn't know she didn't take it serious until years after. So I had this whole thing planned. I was invited the whole cheer squad, but invited a whole bunch of my homies to the restaurant, and nobody showed up but two of my guys.
Wow.
So that already showed me, okay, we don't really got the support that I thought we had,
Mm.
and I still did it
Yeah.
in front of the whole restaurant, and she was super embarrassed. But I got on my knees, the whole shebang, bro.
Wait,
Dang.
I'm tripping on the simple fact that. So let me ask you this question, right? Because you got daughters, you got daughters, you got daughters, bro.
I know what you
I
about to
got
ask too.
You got daughters,
I'm with you. I want to hear the
Right.
question too.
Mm-hmm.
and you said you proposed to. Did you talk to her dad
I
first?
did not.
Whoa,
I didn't understand none of the politics of that at the time.
whoa.
I did not, bro.
So when the dad found out, like, what was that conversation about?
The conversation never happened. So here's the thing.
He said she didn't take it serious, so
She didn't take it serious, so I don't really know what she went back home and told her parents.
yeah,
I don't know how
she.
she approached that conversation with them.
Yeah.
I told my parents. My parents thought I was crazy, but it's like whatever, puppy love. You know what I'm saying? nobody
took it serious.
Nobody took it serious.
But you
bro.
took it serious.
I
though.
was
Except
dead
for you.
serious. I was dead serious. I was
Yeah,
dead.
that's the only
serious.
person that mattered though.
Bro, we proposed. We got engaged in 2011, so-called engaged, and we got married in 2014. It only took me 3 years to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
to me, another one of my motivations was not only to become her husband, was to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people saying, "Oh, he not serious. It's just puppy love. He gonna go off to college," which I did. I didn't go to college with my wife.
Yeah.
I went off to college, and everybody like, "Oh, they look, see, he left her. They not gonna get back together." Da 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 da. And I came back. I actually left college to come back.
For her.
Yeah,
Man.
Wow.
like I
hold on,
came
wait
back
a
home.
minute. But you was,
Wow.
He was locked in.
Hey, you was
It was
like
like
from
yeah,
ninth
man.
grade,
So-
from that
so-
lunchroom.
That's
So now,
vision.
now I'm about
That
to
was a
ask
good
the
lunch.
question. Now I'm about
That's
to ask the
vision.
question.
What's up?
You got daughters.
Ooh.
I got a daughter.
I got two.
I got one.
I mean, these are the only two that got boys.
Oh man, see y'all get that.
Well, he got one girl.
I got
okay,
stepdaughter.
okay.
So if a young man came and proposed to your daughter, how you gonna take that?
At 17.
At, in the
Wait,
11th
wait,
grade.
wait,
In the
my-
11th
And he's
grade.
serious
But
though.
mind
Man,
you,
and
wait,
dead-
wait.
he dead serious.
Hold on. Because mind you, you said y'all moved first.
No, he
Oh.
proposed in
That's what
high
we-
school.
we was in high school.
Oh,
In the 11th
so you
grade
ain't
when he
even moved
proposed.
yet.
No,
Oh,
that's
nah.
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna sit down.
That's why I asked the question.
Oh.
How did the dad take it?
Dog,
He ain't even talk to the
I
dad.
didn't talk to
So
him at all.
You was probably scared to talk to the dad.
I was terrified, bro. And then I found out later that I didn't know. I found out later that I was supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't in high school thinking about, I gotta talk to the dad if I get married. Da, da, da. None of that came
Yeah,
in my
that's
mind.
not
Wait, she
typical
said-
high
you-
school.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy
She said yes at that
conversation.
time too.
She said yes.
Ooh,
But she
She
still
said-
wasn't serious.
she was not
She was
serious.
just like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I asked her about that too. I was like, so you said yes and you wasn't even for real?
She was like, thought it was a joke.
Like we was kids, you know, and I took that, I was like, okay, I understand. I mean,
Oh,
16,
man.
17 years old, proposing to somebody, like that's
I
kind
mean,
of crazy.
that's just crazy that you didn't talk to the dad. So how
But see, I mean, look at that mindset though. Like the average, I mean, I know I was with the mindset of looking for a wife since I was young.
me
So
too.
I never was like dating just to have a girlfriend. I was dating to look for a wife. So he found a wife. He's like, all right, that's it. He
I was
he
not thinking
proposed.
that in
I feel
11th
like
grade.
I feel like when you're young,
I was though. Personally, I was always look. I just like, nah, this ain't it.
I wasn't looking for it though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even think I was ever gonna be somebody, getting married, having kids, none of that. Before I met her, totally different mindset.
Right.
really.
Totally.
I
different
thought
mindset.
most people would start off wanting to be
No.
married, with a
No, that's
man,
a lot.
Based on-
and then things happen as you date that make you kind of
Women
sway.
think about that growing up. As girls, they think about dresses and weddings, and we don't think about that. G.I. Joe man wrestling, fighting. We
Man,
that's
I
not-
want.
That's
That's
true.
man. When
No,
I
that-
was a kid, I wanted to be married so bad.
But
Me
your
too.
parents probably
was-
talk
I
about
was-
that too.
Well, because
I
I
wanted to
grew
be
up in a
married.
family.
I
I
didn't
grew
see
up in a family where marriage was the
Big,
prominent
yeah.
thing. Like my cousin, my brother here, their parents been married as long as I've been alive. You know what I'm saying? Then his parents, been married for a long time. Then my grandparents. So it was a thing to see. And then when you go to the extended family, everybody married. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, it was normal to see
it was
people
normal to
married
see
in the
married
family.
in the family. So now I'm like, I want to be married. I want to wake up to the same woman every day. But not knowing waking up to the same woman gonna cause a lot of I don't like you today. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you that part.
Hey,
Like,
I want to make a comment on that real quick because I saw something that was saying like the woman that you were with when you were 14 is not the same woman you're with when you're 24,
It's totally
and she's
different.
not gonna be the same one you with at 34.
No, she not.
Let me not say
Nah.
it's totally different.
Your
It's-
wife ain't the same.
That's what I'm saying.
And
They
you're not the same.
and
You
we
ain't
not
the
the same.
same.
person.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah,
I'm
we
talking
not the same.
about.
You should be changing.
Listen, all I know is you ain't talk to the daddy.
No, dog, no.
That just blew. So
No.
you still ain't answer my question. What you gonna do
So yeah,
if a young boy come to you and says I want to marry your daughter in the 11th grade,
Well, he got
You mean
perspective.
doesn't come to him?
and
No,
he
he
doesn't,
already
and he
did.
Like he goes
doesn't
to his
come to
daughter. He
you,
goes to his daughter for
and he doesn't come to you, what you gonna do?
He got perspective now
Yeah,
because he done did it.
See, I've done it, so I can't be the person to be a hypocrite and be like, all right, man, no, you can't do this. That's not right. The right thing to
made
do.
it.
I mean, I've done it, and it worked out.
He made it.
It worked.
He's the example.
But I will have certain conversations
Yep.
with him and kind of make sure that he for real. This is really what he want to do, and this not just some phase. It's not because you just love her in the moment.
Yeah.
She gonna change. She gonna be somebody different. What if she does this? What if she does that?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that my daughter going into a situation where she's gonna be with somebody that's not just gonna leave her because she had an episode, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
He's gonna be the dad with the big arms.
yeah, I'm gonna be the dad that walk you in the
Already.
garage with all my homeboys lifting weights.
Yeah.
and,
What
and
was that movie?
What movie was that?
That
He
was
be the
all
dad
50
with the
Cent
big
and
arms.
What, Den of Thieves? With
Yeah,
50
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Dad with the big arms.
that's
man.
how we coming. That's
Yeah.
how we coming. You gotta, and I gotta spend a lot of time with him. I gotta spend a lot of time with him because that's one thing that I would say I didn't do with my wife's dad. It's not that we didn't have the opportunity to. I just didn't spend a lot of time with him before we got married. I was around him, but like, say if that was to happen with my daughter, I'm spending a bunch of time with him. I want to be like some form of a role model to him,
Yeah.
so that way he can see what it's like to be a good husband.
Yeah.
And you get to be around us long enough to even really figure out if you really want to marry my daughter.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna show up at one family dinner and then be like, "I want to marry your daughter." I don't even know you, boy.
Right.
Like, we got.
'Cause there's some stipulations about that being a father of boys is like you're teaching them to be fathers, right? So it's like, hey, protection is everything.
Yeah.
Teaching them how to fight at when they little, hey, put your set up, man. Me and my son, I punch my son, he'd be like, ow. I'd be like, yeah, it's supposed to hurt.
Yeah.
They need to understand that. It's like it's not always gonna be sweet. And they don't what I just did to you ain't what other people gonna do. It's gonna be harder than that.
So I would want to know different perspective for those of you that have daughters. What are the things that y'all are already speaking into y'all daughters
Mhm.
about when it comes to what the if y'all already having those conversations about boys, about men, like setting the
I'll be the
expectation about
first
what's a
one
good
to
example.
answer this question
What's
because
a good?
my daughter's 11.
What do you tell her about what's a good example?
You go ahead and answer that.
What is a good example that you're teaching her? This is what a man should be. This is what a husband, a father, someone. If you're gonna like this boy, you better like somebody like this.
You have to be what she is going to be looking for every single day. The good, the bad, the ugly. You have to persevere. You have to be consistent in season, in out of season. Like, you have to be. So our children see everything. And as much as we want to hide arguments, we want to hide the faultiness in marriage, they see it. Even when they don't think even when we don't think
They're
see
attracted
it.
to it.
They see it. So I tell my daughter, I'm like, yo, one day you're going to be a wife. One day you're going to be a mother. And everything that we are doing the best that we can with the knowledge that we have. Because you are our first child. You are our trial and error. Like, after you, we have no choice but to get better. Like, you are the standard for where we go if we have more kids. You know what I'm saying? So you have to work with with especially your oldest kids. If you got daughters, you gotta work with them. Cause they gonna like boys. My daughter, like, I found out she talking to boys on the phone. I'm like, whoa. Wait, hold on, wait a
Wasn't
minute.
ready.
What was your first reaction when you seen that?
I could
Not
not.
good.
Yeah.
Not good.
I could not get mad because I was that young boy who would call the parents' house and be like, "Hey, how you?" Especially when you hear the dad call, pick up the phone. How you doing, sir? Speak up, boy. What you want? You're like,
Yo, dog.
I'm calling to talk to your daughter. Such. Who is you? My name is
Start shivering.
Right.
Yeah. So now kids got cell phones, so they don't have to go through the process
bypass
of
all of that.
you know what I'm saying, of calling the direct line. So now I'm like, dang, I was that kid who would call the daughter's house. So now I'm like, you know what? Let me
Got an idea. Goodness
let
gracious.
me be the father who sits back, but I'm also being observant.
Yeah.
So I observe everything. I'm listening. I'm watching her mannerisms. I mean, one time a boy she liked, just all of a sudden she don't like the boy no more. Like, okay, so now you're gonna be in this season where you just because the boy says something you're not gonna like him. Like, what's going on? Like, you gotta be if you
that
like
real
somebody,
talk.
you gotta deal with them from the ins and outs, the ups and downs. Like, I'm dealing with your mother right now. I always throw that at him. I'm dealing with your mother pissed me off today, but I still love her. I'm still going to be there for her. I'm still going to do this. I'm still same vice versa. So I would tell those who are fathers and who got those young girls that like boys, you got to be patient. You got to show them what's right. Hey, talk about the sex. Talk about all of that. Talk about it, and don't be ashamed to talk about it because I would rather us as men, as fathers, to talk about it with our children than to allow the world to do it
100%.
because now the world is out there teaching them something that is so against what nature is, what God created. You know what I'm saying? They got books in school. They have things that's showing our children to do things to themselves that the book ain't even told us how to do that. And we just rubbed up against the goddamn sink. It was like, oh, that tingle. Now you sitting there like, well, I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. It's just being honest. So now we have to be conscious of like, the world is going to teach them something that we should be teaching them the correct way, the God way, the way that God ordained it. So that way they have an understanding. The Bible says, train up our children in the way they should go in the things of the Lord. So that way, if they was to ever depart, they know what to go back to. But if they don't have no foundation, they don't have no firm foundation, it's just going, they just going to be out there sinking sin. So that's what I would say as someone who's been dealing with this for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah, I like what you said at the beginning, though, man. You're like, you got to be the example of this is the example guy that I want you to kind of look at. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm a new dad. relatively speaking. And even for me, I see how I've changed my ways, changed my perspective a lot. We joke about it all the time. This is a joke, y'all. Just hold on with me. This is a joke, but we joke about polygamy all the time, and
I think it was coming.
but it's like, even for me, like my whole perspective on that stuff kind of changes because I'm like, yo, what if my daughter was in that situation? Now I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
nah.
Right.
Yo, your daughters put you in a
chokehold.
In a chokehold.
Yeah.
And they check you in areas of your life that you didn't even realize you needed checked in.
Without trying.
Without trying.
Just by being daughters.
Just
by
being
being girls.
Exactly. Just being around, man, you check yourself when you start thinking about certain things. So yeah, I definitely understand that.
What would y'all say, James? What's
For me, I definitely take being that example to heart. Like you said, that 50-50. I try to display a lot in front of them. Like I love on their mom in front of them so that they can see it. And I'm their biggest cheerleader. Like I don't want them to feel like they need to hear anything from a young boy that they're not hearing from daddy first. You're beautiful. I love you. You got 100 on your test. Let's go celebrate. Just building them up. And then so that they can see that their husband can help them too. Like, I'll fold clothes, I'll sweep, I'll talk to them about, doing the things that it takes to be the wife. I do sweep. I help them make cookies.
You clean that time, huh?
as long as she don't tell you to do it.
As long as she don't tell you to do it, you're
Then
good.
you're good.
As long as he ain't
I'm
had in
gonna
his
do it.
mind that he
You
going
watch.
to lay down.
Don't tell me what to do.
Wait, but
And I ask them to like help me with things. Get daddy something to drink, and they like doing those types of things.
Teach them how to serve.
Right.
Oh.
That's a part of it. Like,
That-
because I don't want them to say they didn't see it. Like,
You did say on the episode, you said it in an argument, but you did say to your wife that you said your daughters need to see you doing this.
Yes.
So that makes sense that way you're saying they need to see
because
your
I want
service.
them to be prepared on both sides. Like, I would love for them to marry a guy like me. That may not always be the case. They may
Oh
not.
no, that will be the case.
I'm just saying.
That
like,
that no, ain't. That's gonna be the case.
But maybe this person doesn't want to help. How are you going to deal with that? Like, if it's not perfect, if it's not, maybe you. I would want them to marry a godly man. Okay, what if they're not attracted to that, or how do they handle that? Like, I want to prepare them for those things. But they still need to know that they need to take care of the home. They need to be doing well in school so they can have their careers. Like, I want them to have that example too. So, I just do my best to be a good example. To them.
yeah, I plan on taking my daughter out a lot. Yeah, I remember in high school, man, if you took a girl out and you bought the food, and he paid, bro, you was God's gift to earth.
No, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could, at that point, you got the balls in your court. You can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna take my daughter out a lot, and I'm gonna pay. Because
So what I'm hearing all of you say is the same thing that do with the boys is it's identity.
Mm-hmm.
It's securing who they are to themselves first, so that it doesn't matter who's in their life.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hearing from all you guys. It's like you're securing that their identity is not in the boy.
Yeah.
It's not in someone else. The identity is in the relationship that you have with your family. For the father is securing them and making them feel, I guess, that provision and that security from you guys.
Yeah.
So it don't even
so they
matter.
don't need it externally. Like,
If they have it externally, great. And if they don't, it don't matter.
they don't need it.
They don't need it. Yeah. So it's good. I think
Foundation.
that's
man.
good. That foundation is security and everything. So that's what I'm hearing from you guys.
I know I'm making it hard for whoever out there that want to date my daughters. I'm making it really hard, bro.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
I do a lot that a lot of, not trying to put myself up. I do a lot that a lot of men is
No,
not
boost
willing to do.
yourself up, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
for
doing
real.
it.
Like, my daughters, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard, man.
That's good.
And I saw a clip. I think I sent this in the group chat about the man who gave his daughter away, and the man told the son new son-in-law, he said, if you feel in any way that you do not want to be with my daughter any longer, or you cannot take care of her, or you can't do this, or you can't do this, before you break her heart, bring her back to me. Because once I get her out of my hands into your
I
hands,
remember that. That was powerful.
she's not my responsibility. She is your responsibility. Yeah. But if you feel like you cannot handle that responsibility anymore, give her back. Before you break her heart or you do anything to destroy something that it will be hard for you to fix, bring her back to me. That thing really touched me because I'm like, this is a father who has developed in his daughter the mentality to serve her husband. And I take it as if that's what has been displayed in the home for him to even make that bold statement. If you can't do it, give her back to me.
Yeah, and that's crazy because, you know, if she's not, you know, doesn't go back to dad, that could mess her up mentally, where now when she gets into the next relationship, now she has all these barriers and everything that daddy taught her. Now she don't want to believe in nothing. So now you almost have to undo the bad relationship to get her back to a point of reference which her dad had given her originally.
Yeah. And it's crazy because a lot of the drama that we see in the world, especially with kind of all of the crazy stuff that we see on social media with women and all that stuff, it's displayed out of insecurity, which is ironic because it's like, why are you doing all of this stuff, making yourself even more insecure? Well, they're doing it because they are insecure and they're trying to establish some level of connection with somebody. And instead of going to be more reserved, they think that they have to do the outward thing. And I think the father's place is to create that place where they feel secure in themselves, where they don't have to do all of that nonsense that demeans themselves and makes them even more insecure. So it's like what you're saying is powerful, super powerful.
It's important for fathers to always tell your daughters they are beautiful.
Big facts.
Always, because they don't need to hear that from nobody else.
Big facts.
You tell them that every chance you get. You know what I'm saying? People out here dying from plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's sad,
Like
man.
they husbands is looking at women on social media with BBLs, and now she see that you looking at that. Now she feel like she got to go get that.
Yeah.
And they dying on the surgery table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
BBLs is dangerous from what I understand.
Man, listen, I love
multiple ways.
To my beautiful wife, I love you the way you are.
You dig?
Woo.
Amen.
I've been never mind. I'm gonna shut up. I just got excited.
Before you go off, real quick though, because I do have 2 boys, and I just want to speak to you said the father was talking to his new son-in-law, and you know, for us that have sons, it's like we need to make sure that our sons are ready for that too.
Yeah,
you know, you need to understand that yes, this father has raised this daughter, and she's giving her to you. And you really do need to be ready for that, you know. So we have to do our part to train them up as well, instill in them, like you said, Tyrell, the security in them to where when that father's speaking to him, he's like, yes, I'm ready, you know. And that's going to be one of my goals too.
But but it is a scary conversation to have. I know how you said you kind of avoided the conversation.
I didn't avoid it.
Well,
Didn't know.
I didn't know I needed to have it.
Yeah.
oh, well, there you go.
That's crazy that you
Ignorance.
said that because I was going to ask that question. How important is that conversation? Because we didn't grow up knowing to have that conversation.
But that's scary.
Because I didn't
man.
have that conversation with my
How do you
wife's
approach-
dad. Because my wife's dad wasn't in her life like that. So I went to the mother because that's the relationship that was there, that was physically okay. If the mother knows, I went to the mother because that's all I knew.
That's the same thing with me.
So you went to
That's
the
exact
dad.
same
So
thing.
how
Okay,
important is that conversation? Because we got kids that I'll tell you, man, it's coming. So we need to how important is that?
Here's the thing. How do you approach that conversation would be my question, because most of the time, if you're about to propose to someone, you want to keep it sort of a secret. And you know,
The parents got to be.
I would say this. I think it depends on, and I'll tell my story. I think it depends on the place that the father has in the woman's life. Because if the father is in her life and they have a decent or good relationship, then yes, out of respect, hey, I would love your blessing, things like that. In my situation, I didn't ask the father because my wife doesn't have that type of relationship with the father. Now, I let him know, hey, we finna get married, or we finna take this next step. But I didn't feel compelled to, right or wrong, I didn't feel compelled to ask his permission. So maybe y'all can tell me if that was wrong. But they don't have, we talked about this a lot. They don't have that type of relationship. He doesn't have any real say-so in her life on that type of level. So out of respect that, hey, I want you to be one of the first people to know we're going to be getting married, we got engaged,
So
etc.
when you say he didn't have that type of role,
We deal with a lot of people that don't have the father in the home or don't have the father involved. Like they know who they are, but they're distant. They're distant relatives.
Was her father like distant, or was he there but he wasn't like there? I
guess both. Yeah, I mean, he's there. He was there.
She knows who he is.
She knows he is. They have a relationship,
but he
just didn't have that type of type of relationship to where he necessarily had say so. Or so I would say, ideally, to answer your question about how does that conversation look, I think it looks different based on
it's gonna be different.
Your wife's relationship to her father. What place?
If it's
what influence does he have? Right.
If it's us, then we need to be able to address that situation as if it's us. But oftentimes it's not us. It's a mother.
It's the mom.
The mother is the gatekeeper to her life, and that's all she does know is the mother. So
yeah, cause I went to my wife's mother. I was like, and her mother came with me to go pick out the ring, everything. Like, so her mother
and
was.
We live in kind of this iffy. Like primarily, we live in a motherly world. We don't live in a fatherly world for whatever reason. Although the fathers are starting to pick back up.
Yeah, right.
Pick
That
back
was
up
my
in
question,
a big way.
how important
And
is to have that
it's,
conversation, because we are present men, and there's other men just like us
Oh,
who
yeah.
are present.
Yeah.
How do we have that conversation with our daughters and our young boys?
I think we're starting to swing back in the right way. I think that the level of marriages are not as consistent just because of all of the stuff that they have going on. But I think that the men are swinging back in a good way, and they are starting to get involved. It's just important for us to, like I said in the beginning, we have to establish that identity thing first, and then it won't matter none of the other stuff. The conversation will be based on the situation. So if we know that we're there, we'll have that conversation with them as a part of the identity. Because if you are the father and you are the protection of that house, you are the provision of that house, that's the conversation that you're going to be having with that young man when he's around your daughter. Yeah. And that's coming. If you're a father to boys, that's the conversation that you should be having with your boys about going out to get into a relationship. It's like, hey, look, you need to be the protection. You need to be able to see what's going on. You need to be the watchful eye. You need to be the person. I don't know if y'all ever seen the little social media skit with the guy and the girl walking through the mall, and the girl is like, she's in her head, like she's like clueless to what's going on, and the guy's like, all right, the ex is over here. That guy looks a little bit weird. I might need to I might need to switch spots with her because he might be a problem. Yeah. What's going on with this girl over here? I'm gonna need to step a little. We got this watchful eye that allows our woman to be secure enough where they don't worry about anything, and they're singing this wonderful song in their head, thinking that everything is cool.
That's where fathers play a role, because if you can have that conversation with that young man, before he married your daughter, you would know if he even ready for something like that. Because a lot of young men, they walking around with that song in their head too.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's the wife on alert.
They don't know what's going on.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. You'll be having, if you are in that fatherly role,
exactly.
You'll have that conversation. You won't have to worry about whether or not he needs to come to you about that, because you'll be having these small little conversations over time and kind of reporting back to her, hey, I know you like the dude and he's a pretty cool guy, but as far as where he is mentally, I'm not really sure if he's
ideally
the
I think
person
that's the way
that,
it should be.
that is prepared for you. Now, I don't want to stop you from dating this young man because he seems like a pretty cool guy. But as far as a long-term relationship, I don't see that to be your man.
Right.
And not at that moment.
And you're looking at yourself like, well, is that what you see I am? No. Does he look like he's going to be the person that's going to do what I'm doing? No. Then I mean, I'm not gonna make the decision for you. But what do you think? You know, and that's the conversation that you're able to have with your daughters at those moments, because you need to be the person that's in the movie theater that's sitting up when you hear the noise that sounds strange. You're not the person that's chilling like, oh, this movie is great. You hear a strange noise, you go, what was that?
Start looking around.
Yeah,
And you pop up like, hold up. She's still cool. You pop up like, I don't know what that noise was. And you need to know that he's gonna be that guy with your daughter at the movie theater popping up. Yeah. Did y'all hear that? She's still laid back, feet up. She looking at you like you crazy. But you're not crazy.
Whole town they getting robbed down there.
You need to know that the person that she's gonna get involved with has that mindset. And if, as fathers to boys, you got the two boys, right? You need to know that they're prepared to go into that role for a woman, so that when you are going to the man with the big arms, right? He ain't worried. Right. I was never worried going to the man with the big arms ever, because my dad taught me.
Me either.
How to be a father at a young age.
I got that from Uncle Barry.
You need to be ready. You need to be doing this. You need to be ready for this. You need to be going for that. You need to go to work. You need to go get money. You need to be prepared. Stuff you got to do. My dad was teaching me that at a young age. So when I'm meeting the man with the big arms, he like, I like him.
Yeah.
I was never worried about meeting the man with the big arms, but I've seen them go after other guys. And I'm like, you ain't ready, buddy.
Especially when you become friends, you become really cool with the dad.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Or you just friends with the girls.
Yeah.
And you really cool. You start to see like, dang, he did that dude.
But you know what's crazy? The crazy part is, like, it's a decision making on your part to say to yourself when you do meet him, like, yeah, I ain't ready for her. And you kind of move on yourself, because he's serious and I'm not serious at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep it moving forward, because I don't want to separate him and his daughter from their relationship, because no, I'm not doing that.
So we seem to be on like the marriage theme, and maybe y'all could really go in and talk about this on another episode. But I would want to ask the question: what is the benefit of marriage for men in 2023? And you don't got to answer it today, but I want to know an answer to that question in one of these episodes.
Leave a cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah. I think we gave him enough today.
What's the timeline in this, so we can check mark as we need.
This our last episode of the year.
So we're gonna say for 2024.
Hold on,
I think we need to go ahead and do like a wrap up of that question, because that's our last episode.
We need to clip that piece so we can be able to come back to it. So we can be like, hey, this is a question that we asked in the last episode.
It's like about an hour 19. We good.
Yeah, we good. There it is. There it is.
All right, man. Tony, do your thing, man.
All right, man. So listen, man, we'll truly appreciate y'all joining us on this wonderful, wonderful episode, man. We want to appreciate my brother Shaun.
Hey, Shaun, I want you to get your tag one more time, man. We need that website.
Yes,
we need to know how to get to that book.
So my new book, The Art of Staying Booked, is at osnapcreativestudios.com. Download it today.
Today.
Yes, sir.
Today.
Pick
and
that
then go
up.
follow him on Instagram too at osnapig. Got some phenomenal work. If you're in the Orlando, Altamonte area, and you are a photographer or you are somebody who wants to create content, this is the studio to come to. This is the studio we come and we record every single Monday.
Sir.
This could be a place where you can come and you can do the same thing. I guarantee you they'll take care of you. They're really, really good people. And listen, we want to say this before we leave. This is the last episode of 2023. So as you go into 2024, Tell yourself every single day that you have the power, the ability to do great and mighty things here in the earth. And that when you walk into 2024, you're going to do those great and mighty things and you're going to change lives. Because that's the most important thing that we all can do as men. Let's be men. Let's be masculine men. Let's be men of honor. Let's be men of integrity. Let's be men of great character. Let's be men who pursue vision and give people, give our families, give those who are connected to us exactly what God has given us. So listen, as we head out, you already know what we say, man. If you do not know God and you want to build a relationship with God, man, all you got to do is just believe that he sent his son Jesus down the cross for us for our sins and that he was risen and he's sitting at the right hand of the Father. All you got to do is just believe. That's it. That's the most important thing you got to do is just believe and turn. Turn from any negativity, any of your wicked ways. Turn and let God be the center of your heart, man. So as we close out, this is Real Man Be Talking podcast where every man has a story.
This is ours.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
It's a wrap for 2023.
You can leave it playing. Oh, snap.
Hey,
Appreciate y'all, boys.
Oh, snap.
shout out to Lori.
Oh, snap.
Hey, she was running that thing.